If you're looking to start a print-on-demand store here in 2022 and beyond, then make sure to watch this video all the way until the end. You see a lot of videos out there talking about how you can start a print-on-demand store absolutely for free, and while this may be true on some platforms, when it comes to selling print-on-demand with Etsy, it's not necessarily all the way true. So I'm going to go through in this video all of the startup costs and monthly costs that you're going to have to consider when you're wanting to start a print-on-demand business. So stay tuned. And if you missed my last video, I'll go ahead and link that down below. I did do a full step-by-step tutorial on how to open your Etsy account, how to open your Printify account, which is my favorite print-on-demand company, and then how to actually connect the two and get started selling. So make sure to check that one out after this if you haven't seen it yet. And if you're new here, my name is Cassie Johnson, and I'm a full-time Etsy seller and now Etsy business coach. In my 2 years selling on Etsy using print-on-demand partners like Printify, I've sold over $600,000 worth of t-shirts, and I'm here to help you start and scale your very own print-on-demand business from home. So first, just in case you're not familiar with what print-on-demand is, I'll go into a quick explanation. Print-on-demand is a really cool business opportunity where you get to make designs at home from your phone or your computer. You upload them to a website like Printify and then upload that to Etsy. And then when someone orders your product, they actually then will print the item, ship it to your customer, and even update the tracking number for you. So all you have to do is create the designs and handle the customer service. So the items never get made unless someone actually purchases them, which allows you to get more items available in your store and test different things out to see what works best. So now that you understand what print-on-demand is, let's jump in and look at how the print-on-demand and Etsy payment integration works. These two websites, Printify and Etsy, are connected as far as order information, but beyond that, it is your job to actually be the middleman when it comes to payments. So let's go ahead and take a look at this example here. Let's say you have a t-shirt for sale in your Etsy store for $25 with free shipping. When you get your first sale on that item, let's say your customer pays $25, you would then pay Etsy the Etsy fees to sell on their platform, which we'll go into a little bit more in depth later, which on a $25 order would be $2.83. Then Etsy would pay you the amount the customer paid minus their fees, which would be $22.17. Then you would go ahead and pay Printify with your own credit card or debit card the cost for the t-shirt, including shipping. So in this example, the cost is $13.82 because I used a black large t-shirt from Monster Digital on Printify. And then you get to keep the profit of $8.35. So that's basically how the payments actually work. So Etsy pays you and then you pay Printify. But as a new seller, you do need to know about Etsy payment reserves. When you first start selling on Etsy for the first time, for the first 90 days, they put your account on payment reserves just in case you are a scammer. So what does this mean for you? This means that they only pay you once per week for the first 90 days, and then they keep about 30% of the total payment held until the item actually ships. So most items with print-on-demand ship between 2 to 7 business days, so you usually will be getting paid out for that item in full every single week. But when the shipping times get delayed, like sometimes around the holidays, it could be up to 2 weeks before you receive the full payment for your profit on your Etsy item. So I'd really recommend you opening a credit card to cover these costs. That way you can put all of the Printify costs for the items plus shipping on your credit card, and then you could just pay this once per month. And the other benefit is you can get a cashback credit card and actually get cashback on every purchase you make with your business. If you don't have any access to credit cards, then you will need a little bit of cash saved up to cover these costs. So I know this can sound intimidating in the beginning, but just remember that when you first start selling on Etsy, this is not a get-rich-quick business. You do need to invest a lot of time and research and learning into this process. And so it might take you a few weeks before you even get that first sale. So don't be too intimidated. It's not like you're going to start it and get 100 sales tomorrow. Just take it slow, day by day, and I promise it's not as scary as it might sound right now. And as you make sales, you can go ahead and save up the profits that you make if you're not able to open a credit card to cover the costs that you'll have in the future. So now let's talk about other costs that you'll have to pay for in your print-on-demand business. If you use Printify, which again is my preferred print-on-demand company, then there is the option of paying for Printify Premium. So Printify Premium is an optional additional payment you can pay of $29.99 per month or $299.99 per year. What this does is it gives you a discount of up to 20% per item that you sell. So this saves you approximately $1.25 per shirt and up to $5 per sweatshirt. So this really becomes worth it at about the 5 to 20 sales per month mark. But I do have a code for you down in the description for 1 free month of Printify Premium if you just use code 𝗗𝗧30. And then you're going to need to make designs for your print-on-demand business. So I would recommend opening up a Canva Pro account. This is the design software that I make all of my designs in. It is $12.99 per month or $119.99 per year. But again, I do actually have a code in the description that if you click it, you'll get your first month free. The next thing you would consider purchasing for your print-on-demand business would be a subscription to creativefabrica.com. This is a website that has graphics and fonts that you can use for your print-on-demand business. It has actually over 5 million graphics and fonts available, and it is $19.99 per month. You can also get mock-ups for your business because it is important to have beautiful pictures of the items that you're selling, and Creative Fabrica does have plenty of great mock-ups available on their website. And while it is $19.99 per month, I do have a link for you down in the description for a $1 first month's trial that you can use all of these items until you start making money and then start paying for it in your second month. If you don't use Creative Fabrica to buy mock-ups for your business, then you can purchase these on Etsy as well. If you're selling, say, the 𝗗𝗜𝗏𝗧3001 t-shirt, you would go to Etsy and type in 3001 mock-up, and plenty of great shops will actually pop up for you. Some of my favorites, just to mention, are Moonlit mock-ups, Moneymaker mock-ups, and then I do also have my own store available as well, which is Stop, Mock, and Roll, and there is a discount code for you down in the description as well. If you decide to purchase your own mock-ups, then you will likely spend $30 to $40 on a bunch of great pictures to have the different colors available for your t-shirts, sweatshirts, or other items that you decide to sell in your store. Lastly, we have the Etsy fees that you need to pay. So these are the fees for the United States. If you do live somewhere else, you will need to look up what the fees are where you're from. So here we have the listing fees are 20 cents per listing, and those keep your item listed for sale on Etsy for 4 months, or every single time that it sells, you pay that 20 cents to list it again for the next 4 months. You also have a transaction fee of 6.5%. You have processing fees of 3% plus 25 cents per transaction. And then I do have a link in the description if you've never opened an Etsy store before, where you can get 40 free listings for opening your shop with my link, which comes out to about $8 in total savings. So total cost, putting that all together, to start for your very first month, you could actually get started for only $1. So that'd be 40 free Etsy listings, 1 free month of Canva Pro, a free month of Printify Premium, and just $1 for your first month's trial of Creative Fabrica to get all the graphics, fonts, and mockups that you could use to get started. But as you start to get sales in your store, you will need to remember that you do need to have some money saved up or a credit card to cover the costs of the actual production of the item while you're waiting for Etsy to pay you for what the customer paid. And just to give you an idea of what your monthly costs to run a print-on-demand business would look like, you'd have your Canva Pro account to make your designs with for $12.99 per month. You'd have Printify Premium for $29.99 per month to get a discount on all the products that you purchase with them. You'd have your Creative Fabrica subscription for $19.99 per month, and then it all depends for the Etsy fees and the Printify costs for how many sales you actually end up getting. So it would be about $62.97 per month that you'd pay to run your Etsy business. Now, these are all expenses that you can write off on your taxes, and I do actually have a full taxes video that I'll put down in the description so you can understand exactly what you're able to write off and how to run your business. So overall, I'd recommend either having a credit card to float those costs for a few weeks or about $200 in disposable income to get your print-on-demand business started and off the ground. But just remember that this is still so much easier and less expensive than almost any other business that you can start out there. You don't have to buy a printer, ink, tons of different colors of shirts and sizes of shirts, shipping materials, or postage, all before you even know if you like running this type of business. Most small businesses that get started are lucky to even turn a profit their first year, and you have an opportunity to make profit in your very first month since the startup costs with this are just so low. And again, this business is not a get-rich-quick business, but if you stay consistent and keep learning and keep growing every single day, it might not be your first month, your second month, or even your third, but if you do keep at it, this can be a business that can absolutely change your life. After a year and a half of a ton of hard work and time put into this business, I was able to fully replace my full-time income and quit my job, and in just 2 years, I was able to replace my husband's income as well, and now I can happily say that since January of 2022, he has been at home with me as well. This business is really such a great opportunity that I really think anyone can be successful with. So if you're wanting to start a business from home, don't let any of the scary stuff I said in this video deter you. I just wanted you to understand exactly how it really works before jumping into it. I really hope that you decide to get started with this business and that it changes your life just like it changed mine. I do have a link in the description below for an exact setup guide for your store. If you're wanting to get started, then go ahead and watch that next. And make sure to like and subscribe if you want more valuable content like this in the future, and we'll see you in the next one.